pray I am in focus. I pray that you guys can see me and hear me well because your girl's struggling over here. Welcome back to my channel. If you do not know who I am, my name is Najee, and over here I talk about everything lifestyle, beauty, and fashion. But today we are going to do a little bit of reflecting and mapping out our goals for the month of, I'm gonna say February. I'm gonna try to do these monthly, just so I can stay on track with my goals. Yes, I have annual goals, but I also want to make sure that I'm being intentional each month throughout the year, because it's easy for us to make a big goal, but what are we gonna do to get there? So I'm going to talk about a little bit of that today. And I also want to reflect on my 2022 because I have not done that. And I'm going to do that with you guys. So if you guys are interested in learning about me, what I've accomplished last year, and also to see what I have planned for February, go ahead and keep on watching. So I have my laptop because I have my notes here, and I just want to make sure that I'm staying on track with what I want to talk about. That way we're not steering too far away from the topic. I'm going to try my best to look at you guys and not at the viewfinder. I'm just trying to make sure I'm focused, y'all, which is a struggle because I don't got my glasses on, but we're gonna push through. The first thing I want to get into is reflecting on my 2022 and what that looked like for me as far as the year itself. One of my biggest, like off top that I can think about, one of my biggest wins is easily my content tour. So I had this idea probably 2020, like the middle of 2020. So I had this idea in 2021, the top of 2021, to go on tour. This is when like my content was booming and I was getting like so many questions. I wanted to get in the field, y'all. I wanted to kiss the babies, shake the hands. I wanted to do an in-person event, but I just did not know what that looked like. I was terrified. To be honest with you, I was terrified because I never seen what it was that I was trying to do be done before. And you know, when you're trying to look for inspiration so you can, you know, map out the thing that you're trying to do, you try to find people that are in that lane already to give you some type of guidance. And I could not find that for myself, so I kind of threw it out the window. But it was on my heart, y'all. It literally, I would stay up at night, I would write about it, I would talk about it, told my husband about it, told my friends about this idea that I had. And one night, I swear, God was like literally whispering in my ear, like, you don't do it alone. Don't do it alone. But after having that moment of realizing that, one, yeah, I did not have to do it alone, I stuck with that. And that was also scary because I didn't necessarily know what that meant as far as not doing it alone. I knew, obviously, you know, have someone with you, but I did not know to the full extent of what that looked like. Like, who, first of all, who is this person? And y'all know how scary it can be trusting someone else with your ideas and your vision, especially something that you prayed over, something that you planned for over a year. Like, girl, I was staying so guarded with this idea and this not that it's anything new, but it was new for me and my audience and what I was trying to do for them. So I ended up meeting a girl. Her name is just Erica. We're good friends now, but we had been following each other on social media. She actually wrote on my a post of mine. I'm gonna try to find the post and insert it here. But she ended up writing on a post of mine, and I was like, girl, I think I slid in her DMs. I can't remember what I said. I'm gonna try to find it. But I slid in her DMs and I just like spilled it out. Like, it just just came out. And I felt comfortable doing that because during that month, during that time that I did this, I was reading a book with my girlfriends. We were reading the book Relational Intelligence. And in the book, Dr. Darius Daniels, he's a pastor, he the way that he broke down, friendships, associates, like having discernment within the people that you welcome into your life, I felt comfortable enough. And I didn't know this girl. I didn't know just Erica then, but I felt a sense of comfortability to the point where I was like, hey girl, this is the plan, this is the idea that I have. And thankfully, she was all in. She was all in, and from there we hit the ground running, like with planning. And what's crazy is it worked out so well because we do the exact same thing. I wasn't trying to find someone who, was too far away from what it is that I already naturally do, which I know a lot of people can be scared of, because it's like, I know we talk about like not having competition, partnering with people, but not a lot of people mean that. And I know that because I've been in some sticky situations with some people that I considered an associate in this industry that I'm currently in, and I've been burned. But with her, it was just different. Everything worked out. And when I tell you guys, from the planning process to us getting to the cities and meeting the girls and planning everything out, like everything went so well. I couldn't have imagined it going any other way. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of background and how it actually came to life. So we ended up going to Philly, Dallas, Atlanta, and Chicago, and it just was amazing. It was so much fun. I'll go ahead and insert some footage, that way you guys can see a little bit of what that looked like. But I'm just so grateful for that experience, because that segues into something else that I accomplished in 2022, which is actually public speaking. This is not a secret. I've talked about this a lot on my social platforms. Just the thought of talking in front of people scared the hell out of me, y'all. But it was a goal that I had for myself for the year of 2022. I wanted to engage in more speaking engagements. I wanted to be a part of like conferences and panels and all of those things. I spoke those things to my workshop. I have a vision board workshop so far every year. It's only been 2 years. I recently just wrapped up the second one. And it was incredible. We had girls from out of town, Louisiana, Dallas, Atlanta, Virginia. It was amazing. But with that being said, I had told the girls last year that, because they asked me after, I'm talking to them about their goals and their ideas and what they have planned for the year. They asked me, they're like, okay, you're asking us, but what is your thing? Like, what do you want to do for the year? And I was like, I really want to go on tour. I want to talk to the girls about content. I want to teach the girls content. I want to do all things content, but I don't want to do it just here. I want to travel. And even saying it, I was so reluctant. I was hesitant. I think I was stuttering. But I spoke it because I knew if I didn't, it probably wouldn't happen. After that, I started planning, the tour, which ended up happening, me reaching out to just Erica and all of the things. So I got a lot of practice, you guys, talking in front of these girls, which is way different than being on live or making content. Being in front of people and talking to them literally was the only way that I was gonna get over that fear. So with that being said, I was invited to speak on a panel. So when they say, when you're talking to God, or when you're writing out your dreams, or you're praying, be specific, because, be careful what you ask for. Y'all, I knew I wanted more speaking engagements, but I did not know my first ever speaking engagement would be in Los Angeles. What? Paid speaking engagement in Los Angeles. And that was incredible in itself. I got to meet my girl Dom. It was a paid speaking engagement. I'm talking, we had car service, we had gifts, Tamika laid out the red carpet for us, and I needed to be in that room. I needed to see the things that were possible for me when I got uncomfortable, and I just will forever be grateful for her for that, because it also opened up so many doors. I just never would have thought I would be in LA. I thought I was going to be in a speaking engagement in Minnesota, but God said, be careful what you ask for, honey. Paid flight, like, it just It was amazing. It was incredible, and it really fueled me as far as what it is that I want for myself and what I want for my business. I see what is available to me. So yeah, I'm just still trying to wrap my head around the fact that I am now that girl that I would write about or that I would paste in my vision board. Like, what is life? What is happening? Another win or an accomplishment that I would have to say is finishing my studio. I actually just started renting my studio out in November of 2022, and it's crazy because I've had my space, I've had my studio since 2020, since the pandemic. Right in, I believe September 2020 is when I had it. So I've had it for a long time, but when I tell y'all I was doing nothing with that space, one, a lot of my clients are not in Minnesota, so I would travel often to my clients. And then two, I just wasn't motivated to do anything with it because I could not find my audience here. I couldn't find my people here. Even though I post almost every day, I talk about what I do, what my interests are, I couldn't find those people here. So it was like it was just my space for me, which is great, but that's not what I intended it to be. But I will tell you what's funny and how God works. So with me being given these opportunities of going to LA, going to Philly, going to Atlanta, going to Chicago, with those opportunities, I had to stay somewhere. Whether it be somewhere where I had to lay my head at, like a hotel, or I had to have my event somewhere, which led to me being motivated to get the studio done, disciplined to get the studio done. I was inspired to get the studio done because I seen what was happening like around the country, like what people were doing, and I didn't know much about creative spaces. I knew a little bit because I would rent some here and there here, but I never thought that I could turn my studio into an actual content studio space, which is now being used by tons of creatives. I'm meeting so many different people just by renting out my space. And I don't think I would have been fueled. I don't think I would have been inspired or motivated had I not gone on tour to see what else was happening. Y'all have to get out of your comfort zones. You have to get uncomfortable. You have to go to other places. I mean, even last year, I went to a conference by myself. I went to a conference in Atlanta by myself. My friends didn't go with me. I didn't have no other business professionals or business besties to go with me. I literally just bought the ticket, this $1,200 ticket, and flew out. Well, my husband came with me, but even that was something different for me. Getting out of my comfort zone and going to these places, getting in these rooms that can fuel me and inspire me to push me past my limit, right? To push me past my comfort zone. So that in itself is also another win. So yeah, I kind of went off track, but yeah, being in all these different cities and seeing these creative spaces made me eager to get back to Minnesota, to dress mine up, to remodel, to buy things and promote it, and just literally do all the steps that was necessary in order to get it open. And now it's open, and I'm so excited. I'll now be hosting monthly events there, my monthly events there for creatives, so I can meet and cultivate a community here in Minnesota of other professionals that are just as eager to learn about content, eager to create content, all of those different things. I'm really excited that I now have that space to bring those people together. Another thing that I did at the top of last year was I created my membership group. I created a membership group for other creatives that are looking for mentorship. I tried the accelerator thing, I tried coaching, I tried all of those things, and it just didn't feel right to me. I wanted to create a community where girls can learn from each other and not just myself. And we've been doing just that over a year. Oh, well, actually, January makes it a full year. It's February 2nd. But we're a year in this thing, and I'm hosting my first membership weekend. And it's crazy because I know this is about to be bigger next year. Just like my vision board workshop, it was bigger this year. I know that the membership is about to grow and it's about to flourish. We're celebrating. I wanted to celebrate having these amazing creatives in my program. Not a program, let me take that back. In my membership club for over a year. So what's crazy is they'll actually be in town tomorrow. I'm hosting a beautiful weekend. We're gonna be doing mind mapping for 2023. We're gonna be doing yoga. We're going to dinner. We're having a pajama night. Like, it's a thing. I'm so excited. Not everybody, of course, is coming, but I do have a solid 8, I believe, that are coming, and I'm just so excited to meet them. Some of them I actually got to meet going on tour, so it's just been amazing. It's a full circle moment. A lot of the girls have been with me since I started it, so I'm just really excited to connect with them this weekend, and I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, I need to stop saying that. I can believe I'm doing this because I'm doing the work. I'm doing the things. I'm praying over this. I'm doing the steps. I'm writing it out. I'm making it plain, and I am strategizing. I'm talking about it. I'm showing up even when I don't want to. Stop saying I can't believe. That goes for y'all too. Not just me. I can believe. I do believe. Period. Another thing that I did last year that I'm very proud of is I listen to myself a lot. I listen to myself a lot. It's one thing to talk to yourself, but it's another thing to listen to yourself and do exactly the things that you tell yourself that you want to do, right? So I had a lot of soul searching. There was a moment at the end of the tour where I don't know if it was necessarily burnout or if it was just what's next. What am I supposed to do now? And when I tell you, I was creating a program. I was creating a resource that is still coming out. It just didn't come out at that time. But I stopped. I stopped working on it. I don't know if it was burnout. I truly believe that it was just not the right moment, and I just didn't want to do it. Didn't want to promote it. I almost fell for the trap of, everybody's doing this. What are you doing? You need to be doing something. I was this close, and this is the first time that I didn't rush to do something. I didn't rush to put something out just because everybody else is doing it. And I'm not gonna hold you. There has been many times that I've done that because everybody else is moving, I need to be moving too. But when I tell you the beginning of Q3, I sat my butt down. I did not post. I did not look at other people's stuff. I wasn't checking for nobody. I was fully engulfed in what it was that I felt like God was trying to tell me. I sat my butt down. I got very specific on what it was that I wanted from my absence, if that makes sense, from me not being present on social media, me not being present in my business. I took a step back. It allowed me to take a step back and really hear myself and hear what it was that I feel like God wants for my life, or over my life. So I took a step back from clients. I talked to my husband about it, and he was like, hey, I know this is your bread and butter, but I'll take care of us. Like, we'll be fine. Do you? So I called it all in October, for the full month of October, for the full quarter 3. I only took probably 2 clients. I didn't work at all. He told me to take my social media serious as an influencer, because that's been something that I just love. Content creation. I love content creation, and I did not feel fulfilled serving my clients. And this is going to sound a little, but there was a point where I became a little jealous of my clients because I was giving them so much clarity. Seeing them walk away so confident, seeing them show up, which is why they hired me, which is why they wanted to work with me. But I was in not a bad place. I just was in a unclear space. I could show up for other people, but I was pouring so much into other people that I left nothing for myself. When the time was done, baby, I didn't want to create. I didn't want to talk about content. I didn't want to talk about social media. I didn't want to talk about nothing, which made me sad because that's what I love to do. So with that being said, I had to take a step back and really figure out what it was that I wanted to do and how I was going to pivot to this thing that I'm now trying to make a part of my life. And I've had moments like that in the past, but I would just blow it off and keep working. Like, nope, we need the money. Nope, I need to work. Nope, I got family. Nope, like, your feelings don't matter now. But my feelings do matter, and this is the first time I'm taking myself serious, my craft, my content, my influence serious. And that also segues into another thing that happened for me last year. Y'all. The top of the year, I also spoke about wanting to be signed to an agency. Only because, and yes, I know you do not need an agency in order to do influencing or be a content creator. I absolutely know that. I know that 100%. I know plenty of people that are doing incredible without an agency. But my problem was I didn't have the capacity to negotiate, to, send out emails, follow-ups, all those things that it entails. I'm just going to be honest with you. That just wasn't in me. And yes, I know, anything that's important to you, just have discipline and keep working at it. It just was not my ministry. I would say this to my friends all the time. Like, I would love to have a manager, at the bare minimum, a manager. And then lo and behold, a whole agency reaches out to me. What's crazy is I ignored the email at first because I thought it was a scam. I'm not new to getting like inbound requests to manage me and stuff like that. But after doing your research, you do find out that a lot of these companies and these emails are just scammers. So it took me a while to get back to them, but I'm glad that they followed up because the call was incredible. So yes, I have a whole agency out here representing me. Like, what is life? So yes, I have an agency. I am with Agency Clickish. And these girls have it's literally been 3 months now. These girls are incredible. Like, I love them down. Taylor Rowe, Janelle, Zoe, Rose. Girl, literally love y'all deep. I appreciate y'all so much, how hard y'all have been working for me. I got my first brand campaign, like, after working with them for, I think at that moment it was probably a month. And yeah, I'm just so happy. I'm so happy that I'm speaking about the things that I really want, because God is now pouring it, literally sitting it into my lap. And I feel like it's at the perfect time. Like, this time is the moment this time that I'm currently in is the perfect time, because I'm able to receive these things with a different outlook, with a different mindset. And I'm just so proud of the person that I'm becoming. That sounds so cheesy, but I really am proud of the person that I'm becoming. Because this girl right now is unlocking so many levels that I did not know was possible for me, and we're just getting started. We just getting started, baby. So yes, that was a huge accomplishment of mine, was being signed. And you know what that meant to me though? It meant, regardless of the numbers, regardless of, the likes, the comments, how poor I think my engagement is, they seen me, especially during the worst time that my content was performing. Like, my content sucked butt. I was like, how did y'all find me, and are you real? That's why I thought they weren't real, because I'm like, you can't be serious. But they seen something inside of me that I couldn't see in myself at the time, because I was so hung up on vanity metrics and looking at what everybody else was doing and talking bad about myself, talking down on myself. And they was like, no, none of that. None of that. And they really seen and came through for you, girl. So I'm so excited to be, signed to them, and they're all black girls. All black girls, and I just love it. I love it. Another thing that I am proud of was whether I read a book or listened to a book, I did more book things last year. And what I mean by that is whether I read a book or I listened to an audio book or a podcast, I got more tapped in with mindset things, mindset books, listening to interviews. That's how I knew that I was growing and I was elevating, because I was changing what I was intaking, if that makes sense. I was changing the things that I was consuming. And that in itself is so beautiful, because yes, self-awareness. But I wanted to share some of the books that I read, or three of the books that I read last year that really made a huge impact on my life. One being Gangster Prayer. Such an amazing book. Quick read. It was just exactly what I needed to hear, especially because I was really focused on growing my relationship with God last year, being intentional about my time with him. I got a whole alarm that says pray right now. Just waking up and spending that time with him, allowing him to talk to me, allowing myself to listen to him, so I could know how to move throughout my days, know how to move throughout my month, throughout my year. And that book was amazing. Another faith-based book was Relational Intelligence, and that's the one I was talking about earlier, from Dr. Darius Daniels. And I read that at the top of the year, and that book helped me navigate my relationships throughout the year, and will continue to do so, because it's just that good. The way that he breaks it down, I feel like it's a book that everybody needs to read. It definitely will help you leave a lot of situations feeling better. There were some situations or relationships that I had left in 2020, 2021. I left feeling a little salty. I ain't gonna lie. I left feeling a little salty, because I felt like, what the hell, girl? What was that? But I had to understand why those people were in my life. And yes, we hear that all the time. People are in your life for a season. But the way he breaks it down made me feel so much better about leaving situations that no longer served me, or the way that I gave, the way that I poured into other people. That was probably the biggest takeaway, was how am I pouring into this person, and how is it going to affect me after I poured? What is that going to look like? Am I going to regret it? Am I going to feel empty? Am I going to feel like, oh my gosh, what you about to do for me? Is it going to be a tit for tat? No, because I know exactly where to place them. A lot of the times I would think that I'm making friends with these people. Whole time they were associates, or whole time I was supposed to be an advisor. Like, y'all, read that book. And then the last book, We Should All Be Millionaires. That was just, without a given, the title alone, honey, it was so good. I read that book, I want to say in February or March. It was one of those, but it definitely helped as far as business goes, thinking outside of the box, learning to get help. I got a virtual assistant. That book is just amazing. I love that book. I always recommend it to people as well. So yeah, those are some of the books I just wanted to share with you. All right, so we have talked about my 2022, what that looked like, what I accomplished, and I want to talk a little about some of the goals that I have for February of 2023. Like I said, I think I want to make this a series. Next time I probably will do my makeup with you guys and talk about what I plan on doing for that month. But these goals can be for throughout the year. I just want to talk about goals in general, because it's the beginning of the year and I have not shared mine with you guys. So I'm going to put this away and I'm going to grab my notes. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I kind of went through most of these goals with you guys already, but I didn't do it for my YouTube girlies. So I'm going to talk about, my goals for February, and just I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm just going to list out some of these goals. Maybe you can hold me accountable, girl. But maybe some of these goals might be in alignment with what you have planned for yourself as well. So I want to share them. Fix that little hair, honey. All right, we're back in action. Okay, so the first goal that I have is prioritizing my health. That is an area that I think I mean, I know I'm not the only one, but when it comes to finding out like what is going on with your body, can always be a scare. So I'm definitely making an appointment this month to get some blood work done, just so I can know. If that makes sense. I don't know what I don't know. I don't want to scare myself about it. I just want to get some blood work done and make sure that everything is moving and grooving correctly, because that's what we should be doing. That way I know what it is that I should be eating, knowing what it is that I should not be eating or staying away from, or just in general, how to take care of my body. I feel like, yes, I'm in the gym. That's great. I've built consistency there. But what good am I? What good am I if I'm working out, but there's something internally that's wrong with me? So that's just a goal and a thing that I will be doing this month. Speaking of my health and fitness, I have been waking up at 5 a.m. y'all. Yes, I have a vlog coming soon. But I've been waking up at 5 to get to the gym by 6. I'm trying to be a part of the 5 a.m. club. I just got the book, so I will be reading that. But I'm trying to be a part of the 5 a.m. club, you guys. I've been consistent, and I've been making it to the gym. It's been getting easier. I'm gonna tell you, that last like 10 minutes before I walk out of the door, I get that energy. Still trying to figure out my morning flow. After I get up, but for the most part, I'm in there. I get back home around 7:50, and it's great. It's been great. When I'm there. I'm like all in. But it's that getting up part. I am in Minnesota, so getting to the gym by that time, it is pitch black outside. Some days it is -9, -12. It is freezing cold. But I'm building that discipline up because I'm tired of starting over, y'all. I am so sick of starting over. We ain't doing it no more. We're not doing it no more. Like, no, I'm tired of feeling left out. When y'all be posting y'all side by sides, I'll be like, dang, if I just would have stuck with it. So that's what I did. I started. And wait till the first of the year or the first of the month. I just started. And I adapted that around November, started getting into the gym, feeling better, eating better, intuitive eating, all of those things. I didn't want to wait. I just wanted to start. And I'm so glad that I did, because this time feels different. I was talking to a friend about that. Like, this time feels different. I'm sticking with it. And I'm so happy to bring you guys on this journey. It's no secret. Your girl has gained weight, honey. She has gained weight. And that happened probably around the summer is when I really started seeing it, started feeling it. And I was like, no, girl, what is this? Get it together. Get it together. So I'm getting it together. I know it's gonna take time. I know it's gonna take a journey. I've done keto before. I've done fat diets before and gotten the weight off way sooner. Like right now, I will be skinty, but I'm tired of that too. I don't want to keep starting over because I did a diet and then I stopped doing the diet. I'm trying to do something that works for me, works for my body. And yeah, I'm trying things different now. I'm being more patient with myself. I mean, I remember when I first started gaining weight, I didn't even want to make content because you could see it in my face, you could see it in my arms, you could see it everywhere. People were saying you're glowing. Girl, that is not a compliment. So yes, I'm changing things up for the betterment of my mind, and just because I just want to feel better. I just want to look better. I want to feel better, and yeah. I want to stretch and meditate more. That's another goal I have, stretch and meditate, because I really messed myself up, y'all, by not stretching. But while stretching, I would love to just focus on my breathing, focus on my thoughts before I hop on my phone and stuff like that. So yeah, I recently gotten into stretching because yeah, your girl was out for the count. If you watch my vlogs, your girl's leg wouldn't go straight. So yeah, that was caused because I was not taking care of myself. So make sure you guys are stretching, you guys, okay, before you work out. Another goal that I have is spending more time with my other friend groups. I mean, we all have that solid friend group that we may always call, we may always text, but we also have that other friend group that does not get that much love from us. Not that they're feeling any way about it, but I just want to utilize all of my friends, all of my friend groups to do the things that we all enjoy doing with each other, if that makes sense. Like, we have that group that we can go out with. We have that group that we can cry with, that group that we can text or go to a play with or go to a crazy brunch with. Like, we all have those different groups. Everybody does not have to be in one setting in order for you to hang out. So I want to utilize and take advantage of the different people that I have in my life and hang out with them more. Because I'm a homebody, y'all. I love being home, but I really want to get out and enjoy my people more. So yeah, I don't know what other way to say it, but I just want to utilize my other friend groups, okay? Another goal that I have for this month is finding an assistant that is here in Minnesota that can help me not only create content, but behind the scenes stuff with clients, organize stuff when it comes to shoot days for me, just go to events with me, do things with me, travel with me if I need them to. I really need a person for that. So I'm working on that. I've actually been in communication with a girl that I think might be that girl, but I would love to finalize that this month. I really need help. Another goal that I have for February is selling out my first event. I told you guys that I'm throwing my first event or monthly events at the studio. The first one is February 18th, so I would love to sell that out. I think I have 8 tickets right now, but I'm only allowing 15 girls for each date that I have. So we just got a few more tickets and we're gonna be sold out, bro. The next goal that I have is spend more time with my daughter. My daughter absolutely loves like Asian culture. She loves like the way that they draw, the food. Like she's fully into everything that they do. She loves the culture. And we have an Asian mall here, an Asian market. No, it's a mall. That's what they're calling it at least. And I gotta take her. So I talked to her last night. There's another place that she found, but I'm going to take her to the Asian mall because I know she will have a filled day. I've been keeping it secret because it's been built for a few months now, and she doesn't know anything about it. So I'm gonna take her there this month, but I also just want to take her out just to do more things with just us. So we'll be having a few dates this month. I'm really excited about that. I know I don't show her much on my social media platforms, but that's per her request. My girl does not get down with the social media things. So yeah, I'm just respecting that. But I also want to read 2 books this month. I don't know what books they're gonna be, but it's already the 2nd, so I need to figure that out. Actually, I will have that figured out. I'm gonna put the 2 books right here that I'm gonna read, and I'll get back to y'all. I want to continue to be in the gym by 6 a.m. If I can get there sooner, great, but I'm not gonna put no pressure on myself. But I want to continue to get to the gym by 6. I would love to stick to being in the gym 5 times a week. I don't go on the weekends, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with the little 5 days, okay? Another goal is to secure 3 brand partnerships. I got my first one yesterday. My first one for the month yesterday with a hotel. So I'm really excited about that. So now I just need 2 more. I'm just excited to see what opportunities are going to come my way this month. I'm going to continue to show up and post. That way I can keep attracting these brands. But yeah, that was a goal that I have for February, was to secure at least 3. And I think that's going to be the goal, at least for the first quarter, second quarter maybe too. Just securing 3. Just give me 3. A solid 3, okay? But we're already at 1, so we need 2 more, baby. I also want to secure 10 Peerspace renters in my studio this month. I know that will not be hard because my little studio been buzzing around town, honey, and she's doing very good on Peerspace. So I'm so excited. So I just need to remember to promote more, even if I am getting booked on Peerspace. I need to show up on that social media channel for my actual studio and make sure that I am posting and promoting. I keep forgetting that is a whole business in itself, and it needs love and it needs to be promoted, because yeah, I mean, people don't know who you are unless you talk about it. So I need to keep talking about my space. Another thing that I'm also going to do is make sure that I'm promoting my brand every day. So whether that is something that I can do for you guys, which is in that coaching, auditing space, my photography, my studio, just me as a creator, sharing my old posts, I need to make sure that I'm showing up for myself the way I show up for other people. And not even necessarily my clients or like family, but y'all know how often it is like where we're scrolling on Instagram, we're scrolling on TikTok, and it's so easy for us to share somebody else's idea or their content or their business. We need to do the same thing for us. So in order for me to make sure that I'm sticking with that, I made an entire folder that says post every day in my phone. That way I can just pull from stuff instead of me having to scroll through all of my pictures, my 15,000 pictures that I have, to figure out what I'm gonna post. I've made templates. I prepared myself for February, made templates, intentional templates for the outcome that I wanna receive. So whether that is booking a new client or just showcasing the studio off, whatever that is, I need to promote, I need to show up, I need to do the things, right? Do all of the things and make sure that it's continuing to do so. I'm trying to get better with Like to Know It, so making a template for that, reminding the girls, you want this wig, go on Like to Know It. You want this lipstick, go on Like to Know It. Whatever the case may be, right? So just getting more comfortable with promoting myself, showing up for myself every day. I have a few more, but I'm gonna keep them to myself. But the last one I wanna share is finishing my workshop. I know it's gonna be finished because I'm about to put the date out. So finishing my workshop, which will also segue into my course, which I am so excited about. But my workshop will be done. It'll be done next week. My workshop will be completed next week. I've been holding it off and putting it off. There's no reason why it cannot be done next week. We get into it. We get into all of the things this year, because what I'm doing in this moment, what you're doing in this moment, is setting you up for you accomplishing all those goals that you have for the year. I got big goals for this year, y'all. Maybe we'll get into that in another video, but what I'm doing with this workshop is going to play out in what I have planned for the year. So with that being said, this wraps up my 2022 recap, my February 2023 goals. This is my first time actually sitting down with you guys. I really, really enjoyed it. Like I said, I definitely want to do more of these, but maybe I'll just do my makeup or do my hair or do something in the videos, something a little bit more interactive. But I appreciate you guys. If you guys enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love y'all.